In an extraordinary display of sportsmanship, the biggest names in tennis will come together to raise funds to help Australians affected by the bushfire crisis. They are all, of course, here for the Australian Open, but they're setting some extra time aside so they can go head-to-head.
Joining us now is Australian tennis legend and the only man to have more New Idea or Women's Day covers in Australia than myself, Leighton Hewitt. Good morning, Leighton.
How you going, mate?
Mate, going very well. These tennis players coming together from all around the world, I mean, it's just a great gesture, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. Great initiative by Tennis Australia to do it on the eve of the Australian Open. Like, all the players now are really in their last stages of preparation for the first major of the year. But for everyone to come together, and some of the names they have, obviously Novak Djokovic, Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, Serena Williams, Caroline Wozniacki. There's so many great names. Australia's own Nick Kyrgios as well. So what these guys are doing now to go out there and actually help the cause is fantastic. It's going to be a packed house tonight at Rod Laver Arena, and it's going to be something really special for our country.
Has it surprised you, the level of generosity coming so close to the Australian Open starting? We know, I mean, we even saw Serena Williams. She donated her win from the Auckland Open. A lot of the players are saying when they hit an ace that they'll give money, and of course this that we're going to see tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, it hasn't surprised me at all. The tennis community is really tight worldwide, and some of the most touching things have been what the international players have done. And it's not just the big names that you see on TV day in and day out. There's a player here, I'm at the Adelaide International at the moment this week, and a player here, Jan-Lennard Struff, who's got a massive serve, hits lots of aces. He's been affected by seeing it, and he loves coming to Australia, so he's donating for his aces as well. And that stuff probably doesn't get as much publicity, some of the lesser players, but that's how the tennis community really come together, and I think it goes to show how much they love coming to Australia and how much the Australian tennis tournaments really look after them throughout the year as well.
Leighton, this smoke haze has been a real issue in Melbourne. Hopefully it all goes away this afternoon, but it may come back depending on what the weather does. But many of the players have been affected in the qualifying rounds yesterday. In your experience, how much does the air quality affect performance, and when does Tennis Australia need to look at the way they are controlling things?
Well, they've been looking at it the whole time.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've been dealing with this now for well over a month leading in, and obviously practices for the Australian players. We've been looking at it and monitoring it day after day. So I know at the Australian Open they have put in air measuring devices for the quality of the air, and I think that's been a big part. And from what I hear yesterday, it started high, but then it went well below that threshold yesterday. And there's also a medical staff on site there that will make the final decision whether it's actually safe and healthy for the players to take to the court. But this is a total new thing for everyone as well. You don't really experience this kind of issues, I guess, worldwide on the tour. But I think everyone's kind of learning a little bit as we go.
And Leighton, great to have you on. It's Alex here. You're working with Alex de Minaur, great young player. He's just withdrawn from the Adelaide International, unfortunately, with that abdominal strain. Is he likely to be ready? Is he going to be okay?
Well, we sure hope so. It's going to be a big ask for him to turn around, and it may not be 100%, especially by the start of the tournament. But I know this week he'll be doing absolutely everything in his power to get as close to 100% fit. He loves playing the Australian Open. I think everyone saw last week at the ATP Cup how much he loves playing in Australia, but especially for Australia and wearing the green and gold. And that's why he probably pushed his body to the limit a little bit. And I guess in that last match, it was kind of do or die out there for him against Nadal. We needed him to try and win to keep going in that semi-final match, and he's pushed it really to the limit. So it's obviously frustrating for the Adelaide International, but his main focus is now getting ready for the Australian Open.
I think we all love watching Alex, and we see a little bit of yourself in him. He fights for every single point. But what we've loved seeing with the ATP Cup is this different side to Nick Kyrgios. How did you find him this tournament?
Oh, he was fantastic. Nick loves the team environment as well, and we all know that he's a big basketball fan, NBA fan. He likes being close in with the other boys, and I think he enjoys having that support network as well around him. Plus for him, sometimes I think he can focus on actually going out there and playing for other people in some ways. and he enjoys that challenge of it. So, you know, I couldn't have been prouder of him last week. The whole team did absolutely everything they possibly could. We had a fantastic run. We came through the toughest group to get through to the knockout stages, and then won an epic quarter-final with Nick and Alex winning that very long doubles match that I was struggling to sit through, but obviously Spain in the end was too good.
Hey, Leighton, it's great to talk to you always, and give our love to Beck and the family, and your young fella who's playing good tennis at the moment too. When will we see him on the circuit?
Yeah, I don't know. He's playing a lot of the Tennis Australia junior tournaments at the moment. So, yeah, I've sort of done the full circle now. I'm back to being a tennis parent as well. So, you know, it's a lot easier for me being out there playing, even sitting on the sidelines, whether it's watching Cruz in the junior tournaments or watching Alex and Nick at the ATP Cup. But, yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it.
All right, we've got one thing for you before you go. OK, you ready, panel? 3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Come on! Get into it, son.
There you go, beauty.